You know, I've always been seeking, and I always was reading and going to classes. Since I can remember, I was always the youngest person in workshops and classes, and nobody took me seriously because I was so young. And I would not stop. I just knew something bigger and greater and more dynamic and faster is possible. So I just kept going and learning whatever was available at the moment, taking any workshop that was available at the moment. And finally, after all these years of hitting the wall, after a while, I came across Access Consciousness, and this is when I guess hope came back to my world and my universe, that something else is truly possible, and indeed I am not crazy. I know that something is out there that works fast. Things have changed. I realized that I no longer have to hide and pretend to be somebody else. I was really, really, really good at trying to be somebody else. And I became such a good chameleon. I will get the same accent after talking to someone for 2 minutes. And I jump into the world and I become them really fast. And I realized, hey, I don't have to do it. Maybe I do have something to offer just being me. And maybe I can inspire people just with me being me and my story and my energy and what I know. And that led me to be confident enough to inspire them to know what they know. And this was such a huge change for me, to become leader of my own life and have my own back and create my own life, not based on what I decided was great in other people's lives, but what I would like to create. I became certified facilitator a few years ago, and I've been having lots of fun with it because now I can facilitate more than just bars classes, which I still facilitate every month, and I love doing that. But I added the foundation, which is a 4-day class that changes people's everything, and gives them truly tools for life. If they never took any other class and just use those tools that they learned in this class, their life will have to change. There's like no other possibility. It has to change on some level. And the degree of the change is determined by the person, of course. So foundation. And then I love facilitating shorter classes on different subjects, whether it's bodies or relationships, or body process classes, or energetic facelift, or something that will bring them to the possibility and fun and joy of life, and get them out of the stories of the past, of the baggage, of something that might have happened a long time ago and still is running their lives. Like, this needs to go. I tell people there's no reason to hang on to the past. There's no more reasons to use the past as the reference point to create your future, to create your life. This did happen, and maybe it was really, truly traumatic. And you know, we have the tools to clear it, to change it. You don't have to use it as your excuse anymore. So I don't buy into this anymore. And they kind of get this. And if they want to hang on to it, they just don't come back. And it's okay too. We get it when we get it. And it's all in our own pace. Giving people those tools and seeing their life change, and I've seen it over and over and over again, it's just greatest joy for me and greatest inspiration. This is what gets me going and gets me up in the morning and look forward to what can I create, what adventures can I have today. I decided my life is really based on my choices. And if I choose something and add questions to the equation and choose more, all these possibilities show up. And sometimes it's almost like, oh my gosh, it's no longer, I had no choice, I couldn't do anything different. It's like, I have this choice, and I have this choice, and I have this choice, and I can do this and this and this. And based on my choice, something else will be created. But it's not a bad choice or a wrong choice. I no longer have to be worrying about that. It's just, hey, I wonder what this choice will create. And I can just choose and keep choosing. And if something doesn't really work out, I can choose again. It's not the end of the world. There's nothing that horrible that can happen. So the fun of choice enter the picture too, not only the recognition that I do have a choice, the awareness that I can choose anything, but also have fun with it. Not be so serious and significant and, oh my gosh, what if I make a wrong choice and what will happen? It just, no, I can choose again. Easy, fun. There's no reason why we should be sad or depressed or not have fun in life. We chose this life. We chose these bodies. We chose this planet to be on, rather than some maybe remote planet where we could have more fun without bodies. I don't know, but we did choose this. So if we choose more consciousness, we can truly change the world. And I see it occurring already. And I would love to change that into more speedy and fast phenomena in the world, because if we do choose consciousness, there will be no war, there will be no conflicts, there will be no arguments. People will be choosing for the planet, for themselves, for their lives, for the greater. From the kingdom of we, from what's possible, not what we believe stands in my way, and from all these crazy points of views and judgments that rule the world. Maybe this is changing as I speak. So what's truly possible? I was so serious on my spiritual path and so superior to everyone who did not choose this, because you do need to choose spirituality and enlightenment. When I look back, it's just so funny, because I bought into everybody else's realities and points of views and judgments. It was walking, talking judgment. Now I can be me, I can have fun, and I don't have to buy into where people are coming from. I can actually make them laugh. I can say something totally irreverent or totally out of place that will just crush their barriers, and they can be themselves and they can have fun with me, and I just go right in. I just don't have to buy into this anymore, which I did rather dynamically my whole life. It doesn't exist anymore. So yes, fun, definitely. Laughter, this is what heals the world. This is what heals the planet. This is what changes people's universes. You just start laughing and they don't know what to do with you. They cannot put you in any of the boxes they have. And I can mess with anyone with that. And I have fun with it. I realized after a while that I talk a lot to the future, and I talk to what I know it's possible for this person. So very often I would have this kind of strange gazing at me and open mouths, and I would just talk, and I was like, what am I doing wrong here? Of course I went into the wrongness, and then I acknowledge, oh, I really can perceive what they're capable of, what they can create in the future, who they are, and I'm speaking to this. I'm not speaking to their limitations or what they believe is true for them in the moment. I'm just speaking to the potential. And this was fun, and now I just I do. Maybe they catch up with it a few years from now, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe in a week, but I won't ever speak to the limitations ever again, unless I have to go through this to get somewhere else. But I always see this possibility for everyone I talk to, and it's so beautiful to see, even if somebody thinks they're up to here in their problems and their limitations and their judgments, to show them that something else is possible. It's just so beautiful to see that spark in their eyes. Even if it's just tiny, 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 I know it can burst into flames one day and inspire the world.